Hi guys! In the year 2020, we are about to get in a financial crisis. That's around the world, that's in the whole planet. And the problem is the production chain has been broken since the problem with the coronavirus. Many people, they lost their jobs, and probably we are risking to 20% of the population to be laid off in the private sector. This is important to know it because we need to know what to face in a short future. With electronics guys, many of us were for selling, repairing service, and we depend from the customer who work in our shops to bring something to repair or to sell some merchandise related with accessories and stuff like that. And if we have the command to stay at home, do not go out, and we have a legal restriction for that, we will not get clients. I don't want to hurt anybody, but please be honest. Nowadays, everybody talks about politics and everybody criticizes the president and the government because they didn't react on time. That's not only in your country, that's everywhere. And the opposition is getting against the actual government with this stuff. And it doesn't matter if the one in the power is the one on the right or the left, the greens or the red. It's exactly the same stuff everywhere. But listen guys, let's be honest. I understand the government was not efficient enough to prevent the situation and to supply the hospitals and the medical service with all the things they need. Yes. But also in the middle of the situation now we have in some countries people protesting. We're in starvation. We cannot be with everything closed. Yes, guys, if the government didn't react on time, since the first week in January, we knew something was coming on all of us, something was going on. We knew about the epidemic, and it can be a pandemic, and it can get in my country, and it can affect me. So now, don't put the holy face blaming your government because you knew it too. And this is the moment when everybody must be responsible. The reason of this video, we are going to talk about a consequence from that, the economical situation, and it could be something even worse than the pandemic. It can generate deaths, starvations, war, criminality. Victims of it, people will die. It's the same situation. Same that in January people knew something was coming and they didn't react. Now, guys, it's exactly the same. Look, something in the economy is happening and you must react. Please take provisions for it. Get prepared. Something we have to face. The worst offense you can give to a poor person is when a rich tells them what to do with their money. Yes, it's true. It's the worst offense for the poor person. How come this rich guy is going to tell me what to do with my money? Yes, right. And maybe that's the reason why one of them is rich and the other is poor. It's something that is here, something that we don't understand. We need to learn how to manage money. And believe me, neither I, most of you, we didn't get that at school, and we must learn. First thing to learn is the observation. Watch the flow, watch where money is going. Then you will know if you can face it in front, or if you can take on the side. If somebody is for selling, buy when they are for selling. If somebody is buying, for sell when they are buying. Other ways, other time, it can be harder. Follow that advice. When we got this situation with the coronavirus, we didn't understand how to manage the situation. And many people got collapsed with that. First thing we have to do is to manage the budget. But how to manage the budget? Okay, many people, they have no idea how much money I'm getting this month and how much money I'm paying this month. They have an approximation. When the fuel is down, it's time to refill the tank. Be careful with that, please. Take a piece of paper, get your income in the same paper on the other side, all your expenses. And then you will know what is really important and what do you have to chop. This is the only way. And I bet many of you has not done that thing even in the last 20 years. And now it's urgent for you after this video. Take a paper, cross a line, and put income versus expenses. With the panic shopping, everybody did. Everybody went out, they bought 200 rolls of toilet paper anywhere in the world. They're safe, they have enough toilet paper for the end of the world or the Third World War. Congratulations. But they didn't know how to buy food. And yes, maybe we can buy enough bread for 1 week, 2 weeks. But if we don't know to make the bread, it's better to learn how to do it and to buy the raw material for it, and you can keep it for months. And you can feed yourself in case of a crisis. Listen guys, let's be honest, let's put the hand on the conscience. Many of us, we failed in the panic shopping day. Yes, we didn't pass the test. And if somebody did it right, was because mama knew how to do it. Grandma knew how to do it. You were lucky that you have a prodigious wife who knew how to do it because you didn't know how to do it yourself. Neither myself. Or we were lucky that the mother-in-law knew how to handle the situation. We have to learn from experience, but also we need to be intelligent and to generate a plan in order to do things right. Next step is how to cut expenses. It's very simple. Just to give you an example. I remember in the 90s there was a cable contract with 700 channels for TV with a satellite stuff. I remember a friend of mine. He was just channel up, channel down until he fell asleep. He didn't watch any movie. It was 700 something channels. Enough time to fall asleep in playing with the remote control. After paying extra money for the cable and extra money for the batteries for the remote control, he didn't enjoy any channel. So think about it, because most people, they like their favorite channel and they don't move 2-3 channels more than that. Maybe the news, maybe the sports, maybe the movies, cartoons, whatever. Maybe you can get it in a basic cable contract and you can go out now this week, or when you have the chance later, when you get permits to go out, and renegotiate the contract of cable and chop some expenses. The rent. Maybe I'm renting a building, maybe for my business, maybe I'm renting a house for my living, and if I move to other address, other house, other building, I can cut the budget of the rent even up for 50%. So think about it. Maybe it's time now, before everybody thinks the same and they move and they get the cheapest places, and we keep paying high price for something is not giving any income at this moment. Next, telephone. Nowadays, the one who doesn't have one smartphone is because has 2 smartphones. One is the number that everybody have and everybody calls that person. And the other smartphone is the secret telephone number that everybody knows and everybody calls you to book you there too. So why to have 2 contracts or to prepay? Cut the expenses. But listen guys, do it now. Do it this week. Learn to move on time. Shopping. The $1 shopping, the $2 shopping, the shop all for $1. That's the way to lose money in big. I remember once I was 2 years ago in the job with some colleagues, and we used to go for coffee. And with the coffee, you can take 2 little envelopes with sugar. I used to take my 2 envelopes with sugar. I put one in the coffee, and the other I brought it home for my coffee at home. And they were laughing at me. I didn't want to buy my sugar. Hey guys, I pay for my coffee and I pay for my 2 sugar little envelopes. So it's paid, it's my money. I have the right for it. But I asked a smart question to one of my colleagues. How much is this little envelope of sugar? He said, here is free, but I don't know. Okay, has to be very low. Then I will ask you a smarter question. How much is a kilo of sugar? Good question. Maybe the kilo of sugar is few dollars, maybe it's few euros. It's not too much either. The problem is, and I told him, the kilo of sugar is 100 euros. How come? Let me prove you. Once that you take 100 euros bill and you pay $6 with it, and you get 96 euros, for 6 euros, you get 96, 94 euros back from it. You don't have the 100 euros bill anymore. You cash the bill, and now you are going to spend that money. And because it's few coins, you don't pay attention to buy the $1-2 thing, the 1-2 euros thing. Then you lost 100 euros. If I bring my little envelope that I pay my coffee for, those envelopes of sugar to my house, I will save 100 euros bill. And that's the concept I want you to learn. Once that you cash the big bill, the money is gone. Maybe in your country is the 10,000 bill, maybe in your country is the 100,000 bill. Once that you catch it, that money is gone. Let's learn that for business concepts. If you realize rich people, they don't want to give one coin. Why they don't want to give one coin? Because if they give the coin, they will have to cash 100 euros or $100 bill to get the coins again. Do you understand? They can go to buy a brand new car to the agency for thousands of dollars, thousands of euros, because they save the hundreds bill. Maybe you can go and give the down payment for a house, or buy a cheap property, cheap land somewhere that nobody wants, but it's cheap, and you save the hundreds bill, or the 10,000s or 20,000s, whatever is in your country, the coin. You save the big bills because you didn't catch it, you didn't spend it. So now you have something to deal with, to do business. Next one is how to use the resources when you buy. Don't buy crazy things. As I told you, to buy something because it's $1-2, 1-2 euros is the easiest way to lose money in big. Just take those little things and check in 1 year how much money does it cost. Think about it. Be smart. Now's the time to do it. Now that we are on the steps of a possible 2020 economic crisis, we need to learn to manage money too. How to do it? Very simple. The money you get, the income, divided in 3, 33% for paying bills, 33% to buy food, and the other to save it. Maybe it's impossible. Maybe you can save only 20%. Many people will say, oh, to me it's impossible. Hey guys, listen. If you are poor, you're poor. Face it, you're not rich. You cannot live showing off what you don't have. Learn to cover until the blanking is covering you. Do you understand the point? Save 5%, 10%, 20%, 30% if you can. If you have to reduce the amount of food and think if you are eating well or you are paying for junk food, it's time to start doing something right with your life. But you need to save money, and you need to start saving money now, this week. In January, we spoke about the coronavirus in the year 2020, and people saw the tsunami. They were watching on the beach. The tsunami is coming. The tsunami is going to hit me. The tsunami is going to swallow me. And they didn't react. Same thing now with a possible economical crisis. React now. This week, you need to change and organize many things in your life. And where to invest. And when I spoke about invest, it sounds like, okay, I have 10,000 euros and I don't know who to play, Samsung or Apple, to buy stocks. No, I'm not talking about it. Many of you right now, your repairing business is affected. You can know for sale smartphones cover, smartphones accessories, charger, repair smartphones anymore because everything is closed, right? Okay, with a few coins in your hands, what to do? Good advice, maybe it's time to close the business in downtown. Get a web page and move to your house and work in your garage. But how to do with the clients? That's the reason of the web page. There are some, it could be the mail, the post office, the courier, somebody knows a guy who has a motorcycle, a bicycle, and goes back and forth. Nowadays, even with the crisis, the transportation is allowed to be out because it was happening in the year 2020. So speak with them, put their phone number in the web page too. If somebody has a broken smartphone from house, I can call the transportation, the courier, the mail guy, the private one. They will come to the house, they will pick up the smartphone, they will bring it to you, you will fix it, they will come back, they will charge, you will get your money. And you save the rent. That's very important. Crises like this, just in the month of March 2020, I saw a bunch of people on the street breaking the business and getting all the merchandise out. Save your equipment and put it in safe. Also in the year 2020, I watched it on the news, earthquakes. Everywhere, the land is shaking, 4 degrees, 5 degrees, 6 degrees, 7 even. That's a lot. Put your stand on the way that the bigger weight is down to keep more stability. Maybe you need to screw your stand against the wall, and maybe sometimes you need something to do not let the equipment to slide on the stands. Maybe you need to put a strand in front to do not let it to fall, or to reorganize the equipment. If you live in a country with shakes, the ground is shaking because the whole planet is, the continents, they are moving from one side to the other. And if we got an earthquake here, it will happen there, it will happen there, it will happen there, because every continent is traveling in the fire belt around the planet. Just keep it in mind how to protect your equipment, how to protect your investment. Back to where to invest. You have few coins. You don't have 10,000 to put in Apple or Samsung right now in the stock market. Stock market in this moment is not a good business. Even to keep money in cash is not a good business. You must keep money in cash, but not all in cash. Do you understand the point? Deflation could be minimum 6 to 7% per year, so in a few years you are losing your money. Buy a tool. Buy a tool that will help you. If you know to make web pages, get the computer you need, the equipment you need, the resources. But if you can do it with your computer, don't spend extra money. Got it? If you know to make bread, if you know to make something, okay, buy an oven. Do you know to make pizza? Buy an oven. Buy a mixer. That's the point, guys. Buy something you can do. If you know how to do gardens, listen, even if the whole planet collapses with the economy, rich people will be rich and they want somebody to fix their garden. Buy tools for the garden. Have an extra income. And the most important right now, invest in your knowledge. What do I mean? Books is something, I make a video about it. You can get books from PDF files, whatever you want. I already got like 700 something, 800 something books from online. They were there, I downloaded. Okay? Buy microcontroller components, accessories, modules, where you can learn. There is a big future, big money in coding. Making computer programs, making microcontroller programs, making web pages, whatever you do, if you know to code, it's money. It's money extra. It's something you can do at home. You don't need to pay a location for that. Be smart. Sit now. Use your brain. How can you multiply your money? That's very important. How can you survive to a crisis? It's coming, same that the coronavirus 19 in January, we knew it, and now people are crying, blaming the government because they didn't react. It was you. You don't need the government to tell you to not go out, and you don't need the government to put the police, and you don't need the government to put the army for you to stay at home. Got it? Now people are dying because they don't have enough medical equipment. They could survive, but we don't have the resources. And do you know what is the problem? People who think nothing will happen to me, as I said in one of my videos, I just sneezed twice and the coronavirus was nothing to me. They are the biggest one infecting everybody around, making more old people infected to go to die to hospital because there is no resources. Not only because coronavirus 19, the normal flu kills a lot of people too. Please be conscious, react. There is an economical problem, a tsunami is coming, and you must react and be smart, make the budget, cut all the expenses, start saving money, invest in the right tools, move if you have to move your location, reorganize your game. You must evolve. What is going to give you more money now, and what to hold, what to change. Everything is on you. You already know. I hope nothing will happen. I hope I was absolutely wrong when I make this video. But if I am right, you and me, we are going to get prepared. Thanks by watching the video. Do not forget to share. See you next time.